Good evening. Welcome to Coventry Central and Nuneaton's Health Presentation Night. Tonight, we'll be looking at cooking and eating well on a budget. Tonight we have as presenters, we have Sajar Simela, and we have as our chef, you may have heard of Jamie Oliver and all these other TV presenters who demonstrate cooking of food. But tonight we have none other than Maria Wainiqolo. It promises to be a very interesting and intriguing presentation. So please stay tuned for our presentation and health cooking and eating presentation. Let us pray and then we will continue with our presentation. Dear Lord, thank you for the fact that you have taught us what is good to eat and perhaps what is not good to eat. Take full control of our presentation tonight. May it help us as we cook and eat well, recognizing that times are hard. In Jesus' name, amen. So now over to Sija Simela.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for taking your time to watch us. You're probably watching us live or watching us as a recording. Thank you for taking your time to do this with us. And to everybody who's here with us doing the cooking and the listening, thank you for taking your time to be here. We're going to learn a lot together, and we're going to work together as a team and make sure we do our best to learn, and then we go out there and teach others to do exactly what we've learned. So today the presentation is about we are healthy eating on a budget. Pastor has already mentioned that things are really hard nowadays. It is not easy to put together a beautiful, delicious meal and on a really tight budget. So today we thought we'll give you amazing tips as to how you can achieve that, eating really well on a budget. So I've got a few slides here that I'll be able to go through. So healthy eating on a budget. So there is an Eat Well guide that the government has given us here in the UK. We all know that we need to have key it's key nutrients that we need in our diet. We know we have to take some vitamins, which are in our vegetables, a lot of fruits. So as you can see over here, that Eat Well guide, it is so key for everybody to take it into consideration when you're preparing a meal. Be it for yourself, be it for your children, we need to take it into consideration. So our vitamins, our minerals, we get them from our fruits and vegetables. And take note on that plate there. There is some frozen foods, some frozen vegetables there, and also some tinned fruits and vegetables as well. So those are the things that you need to take into consideration as well. Remember, we're talking about a really tight budget. And then we also have our carbohydrates. With our carbohydrates, our bodies run on carbohydrates. So I hear people saying, oh, I want to lose weight, and they cut out carbohydrates. But it's important to eat carbohydrates. But when we eat your carbohydrates, you need to eat what we call complex carbohydrates, which is the brown grains and things like that. And let's avoid the really bleached carbohydrates because they're really like calories that are empty calories. And so there's so many things that you can have as a carbohydrate. Pasta, we've got potatoes, sweet potatoes, we've got quinoa, so many things that you can incorporate there. We also then have dairy or alternative to dairy. You can have soya, so many other things. We tend to get things like calcium in that. So when you preparing your meal, we ought to always think of those things as we prepare. And also we've got the protein part of it. It could be eggs, it could be lentils, it could be fish, whatever you feel you need to have as a protein, it needs to be there. But look at the diagram in terms of we need more vegetables on that plate. And then we need just a bit more of the carbohydrate, but no more than vegetables. And then we have a little bit of the protein. So we shouldn't have too much of the other and too little of the other. We need to balance it. And we also need to make sure we are drinking plenty of liquids. I would say water, 6 to 8 glasses of water. It is important because 70% of our human body is actually water. So we need to make sure that we are fed. We feed our bodies with water. I know we tend to have the not so nice things. They are not the nice things, but they are not really good for the body. Things like cakes and sweets and things like that, those should be a very rare occurrence when we're doing that. I found one of these that says, that highlights how much calories we need as ladies. Ladies, we need to be taking at least 2,000 calories a day, and men, 2,000 calories a day. So let's be mindful not to take too much of those calories. That's what then brings the imbalance. We find ourselves a bit bigger than what we want to be, or a bit slighter than where we want to be. So it is just finding that balance depending on how much we weigh and how much we want to look like. So now these are the tips that I have for you all. The tips as in to eat well on a healthy budget. Yes, I had to have water. So I've already mentioned we need to have a diet with plenty of vegetables and fruits, and protein is an important one as well for our health. And healthy eating is key in maintaining a well-nourished body. We need our bodies to be well-nourished, and the cost of nourishing food can be expensive. Hence, we need to talk about these things and work on a budget. And eating on a budget doesn't mean you have to sacrifice nutrition. We will find ways on how we can still get good nutrition by eating on a budget. So we'll be able to give you tips that will be able to help you, be it whatever, whether your beliefs, your lifestyle, your culture, it will work along with you as we do this. So the first one is plan your recipes. If you plan ahead, you get to know what is it that you're cooking for your children. What is it that if you're going to host some friends, what is it that you're going to be cooking for them? Plan your recipes and know ahead of time what is it that you need. So when you go shopping, you can then shop specifically knowing exactly what you want. So adapt your recipe to fit your needs. It could be your one person who is working, you are on the go. It could be your one person who is at home. So make sure as you plan your meals, you are adapting it according to your lifestyle, the way you live. And also use recipes with common ingredients. Take, for instance, you like to eat chicken or you like to eat beans. You can actually do a chicken dish. You could do a stir fry today. Tomorrow you can do chicken wraps. So you can actually work it in a way that it can go a long way still with that same meal. And find ways to stretch it, to stretch your recipes. And you can actually cook some of the meals. And if you're able to freeze, you can freeze some of them and eat them the following day. So you can actually make your budget stretch. And then the second tip is always shop with a shopping list. I find when I actually do a shopping list, I'm so efficient with my shopping, and that week it is efficient with my meals. But if I don't, I'll forget something. I'll have to go again tomorrow. And guess what? When I come out of that shop tomorrow, I come out with way more than I planned to get in for. So, and I'm sure I'm not an isolated case. It happens to a few people as well. So if you've planned for the whole week of your meals, you can create that shopping list, and that will make it easier and faster, even when you are a working mom, working dad, student, somebody who is on the go. If you plan in advance, trust me, you'll never go wrong when you've planned in advance. So it will stop you going on those extra on extra trips to the shopping center. And again, if you do a shopping list, make sure you always have extra grains and beans and things like that that you can have in your pantry. And that will make sure that you've got plenty of food. You won't have to be going in there into the shops all the time. And also, if you can buy things in bulk, sometimes I shop in Morrison's. You get in Morrison's and they've got buy one, get one free, or if you buy two. Yes, do buy in bulk. That will help in terms of your shopping going forward. And then number 3 is you can buy frozen or canned. You know, I had something in my head for years. I thought that if you buy frozen food, it's not nutritious enough. But you know what? It is actually nutritious, because a lot of those frozen foods, as soon as they harvest those vegetables, they freeze those quickly without having to wait on the shop shelf for many days. And as they wait on the shop floor for many days, unfortunately, a lot of nutrients start deteriorating. So it will help in that way if you... Oh, sorry, I've gone a bit too far. Sorry. Yeah. I know I've messed up, but it's all right. We're human. Like I said, if you buy frozen, it usually costs less when you buy when you buy frozen, and also if you buy canned food, it's actually less, and you will still have those nutritions that you want. And let's be mindful, when you're going to buy something in a can, let's make sure that it's not in syrup, because at times when you buy your vegetables in syrup, you find that you're actually adding too much. There's too much sugar and sometimes too much salt in there. So if you buy, let's say you buy your tuna in water, you know you haven't got any added things on there. So let's be mindful of too much added sugar and too much added salt in there. So the 4th one is, let's try and find coupons. I don't know if you guys have thought of coupons. There's many coupons actually online, and even things like Groupon, you can find coupons that are helpful when it comes to shopping. So it could be 50p off. But when you add that 50p every week, trust me, by the end of the year, you'll be over £100. So let's be mindful of things like that, and that will help us actually save up and have nutritious foods on a really tight budget. And also buying store brands. Somebody said to me once and says, you know, when you buy store brands, it's actually as good as a lot of the high brands, because they are actually made in the same factory, someone said. So thinking about it, if the store brand is slightly cheaper, you know, those tins that we want, slightly cheaper, but it's working efficiently and it's got the nutrition that we want. And we remember, always look at the back and see that it's got everything that we need. We look at the reds, because now we use the green, red, orange. So we look at that, and if it covers all that you need, you're fine. So you can actually shop on a budget by using the brand, the shop brand. And I was actually tipped today by Sister Maria that a lot of the times you look at the bottom of the shelves, a lot of the food is there at the bottom of the shelf, and sometimes it's actually good food that you can have in there, and you can get that. You'll be reduced and much cheaper, but still good quality to take. And then the last tip is try growing your own food. I know somebody can say to me, oh, you know what? I live on a flat. I can't grow anything. But even when you live on a flat, there is a balcony on that flat. There will be a windowsill on that flat. You can put your parsley, you can put your chives, you can put whatever. You will have greens all year round. So if we try to do that, we'll have a fresh produce all year round. So we can actually have constant fresh vegetables and things like that when we grow your own. You can, if you feel brave, you can go have an allotment like I have, feeling a bit brave to have an allotment, but you can actually grow on your garden, on your windowsill, anywhere. And sometimes we take it for granted, but it does make a difference. I'm still eating beetroot that I harvested last year from is in the freezer. So it is that you can actually have good vegetables and things like that that you can grow yourself and then freeze and use it for the whole year. So it works if you grow your own food. So now we need to learn and prepare a delicious dish on a budget. Over to you, Sis Maria.
Thank you. Welcome to sorry, Cooking and Eating Well on a Budget. I'm Maria Wainiqolo, and today I'm going to show you how to cook sweet corn soup. So first of all, we're going to put on our aprons. So as you can see, you've got on your stove, there's a unlock button. Yeah. This is on. Okay. And you can put your pot on the stove. Right, just to heat your pot up, and you put the temperature up. Right, and you'll have onions, so you can peel and chop your onions in cubes. So that's half an onion. Sorry, if you want to use gloves, you can use gloves, but it's really up to you. So while your pot is heating, you can chop your onions into cubes. So you got about half a teaspoon grated ginger. We're using a ginger presser, so about half a teaspoon. If this doesn't work, just chop it up. Chop your ginger if it, Because we'll be blending everything, so that's, it's still okay to chop your ginger. On the side.
Sister Lucy's getting ready some lovely sweet corn soup tonight.
So now you can add your oil to your pot, and then add your onions. So saute your onions, then add your ginger.
Is the press
The socket maybe is not working with the socket. The one of the
So
socket.
are your stoves on? Is it on? Just put the temperature up. That's hot, I think. Okay. Saute your onions and your garlic. Okay. It's not on, it's not on.
You can unplug
Okay, so you can add your sweet corn. No, just add everything in. then we'll add our vegetable stock cube. Yeah, just crumble it in the pot. Yeah. Okay. That one. Just that, yeah, just a couple. That's the last one. Okay, then now you can add your hot water if you have hot water. Two cups. 2 cups, or if you feel that you need more, then you can add more. But about 2 cups. So after you add your water, just put the lid on and just let it simmer for about 5 minutes. While you let that simmer, you can chop your spring onion. And we're just using the leaves, but really it's up to you if you want to use, the bottom bit. Yeah. That's the spring onions is for garnish. We'll be using 1 egg. So crack your eggs into this little bowl and just whisk it a bit. This one's off. Your stock cube. Right, just crumble it inside your pot, your stock cube. Just crumble your, yeah. You can stir. You put your lid on it while you wait for your hot water. Then while you're waiting, you can whisk your egg. You all have an egg each.
Oh,
So
yeah,
whisk your
yeah,
egg,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
just wait for your hot water.
Did you say whisk your egg?
It's on. It's on.
Like
It's on.
the
Just give it
power
to
is overpowering.
It's on. So has yours started boiling? No, not yet. Is it on? Okay.
The last, I think it's overpowering.
Yes, it's overload because there's so many plates working.
Overloading, yeah.
I'm trying to split
Okay.
the power to try to connect some of them.
Oh, okay.
Yes, add your water. 2 cups of water.
Any choice? I use that on my step screen. That's the problem.
I don't know what's wrong. Supposed to go off. No, this is supposed to go off and then you turn this on. Yeah. Yes, it's off. It's off.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because it looks like that one's definitely wearing it. But it's just okay.
Yeah, I'll just focus on music. I'll focus on you guys. Focus on
So yours is on. Is yours on? Alright, okay. After you so yours is boiling. Can you turn your just turn the temperature down? So if you feel you need more water, you can add more water. But at this point, we'll have to blend it. We have to blend the your sweet corn. So yeah, so you can. It's connected. But can you not let this bit touch the bottom of the pot? Yeah, so you can just. Or you can pour your sweet corn in the plastic bowl and then blend it down, yeah? And then you can put it back in the pot. Pour your soup in the plastic bowl, blend it, and then you can put it back in the pot. Yeah, put your bowl down. Put your pot here. After it's blended, yeah. you want some, it's really up to you how much you want to blend. Yeah, you want more water? Right, blend some more. Yeah, you can put that inside in the bowl then. Okay, cool. Now put it back in your pot. Right, when it boils, then you add your egg in slowly and just stir. Yeah? That goes in last. But before you add your egg, you can you add your salt. You know how much salt you want and your pepper.
You can use it on the gas.
So you know just a taste.
Yeah.
So you've already tasted. Okay. You can taste it if you want. Right, with a teaspoon. You can add your egg in slowly. Just give it a- just add it in slowly. While you're adding, you're stirring at the same time. Yeah?
Put them on the thing and then the pots here that they're finished with, put them over there.
Yeah. So you can taste that. And I think this is hot because we need the yeah.
Are you learning that? Is that the corn flour?
So at this point, you add your corn flour. Mix a bit of corn flour, and we'll add it to the soup. Yeah.
Do you want more?
Your tablespoon, half a tablespoon, or we can use the what? Is that one teaspoon? Yeah. Yeah. Here you go. So add a bit of corn flour. It depends how thick you want it. So add a bit of corn flour. And then just wait a bit. Then you can taste it. So add salt and pepper to taste. Okay. So do you need more Yeah, that's fine. Okay, then you can add your green onions. You can add it now. Yeah. You have some. Thank you. That's it. Turn it off. Yeah, just leave it to simmer a bit, yeah? About half a tablespoon, but yeah.
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 So I just added the oil.
No, add some water to your corn flour. Make a paste, and then
And then add it inside.
yes. There you go. Keep stirring, yeah, and then you can add your green onions.
Ah, okay.
Have you add your salt and pepper to
Yes, I
taste?
have.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. A little bit smaller.
Yeah, no, that's
okay.
fine. That's fine. So you can turn it off once you're happy with the taste. Yeah. So there you have it, everyone. Sweet corn soup on a budget.
Smells delicious. So if they've got the ingredients, I think they should share the dish.
Excuse me, Maria, what do you eat it with?
Or you can have it with bread. Anything really. What do you have your soup with? What do you usually have your soup with?
What? She's asking you what you normally have it in.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
can add noodles to this, because I've seen in the restaurant you can have
Yes,
noodles in that,
yes,
can't you?
yeah, you
can
can.
add noodles. It's like
Those,
a full dish, isn't it?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
The egg, does it scramble when you put it in?
No, it's do you want to come and have a look?
Yeah.
You can skip the egg if you want.
So does that make it creamy rather
Mm-hmm.
than...
Yeah. With a
That looks delicious.
I thought it would scramble.
I thought
so too.
yeah.
But that actually smells beautiful.
It smells and it
Have you
tastes
tasted
good.
it? Have you tasted it?
What's the mommy's one? The ginger is making it a bit sweet,
Yeah.
and the aroma.
Oh, so yours is on there?
Yours is a different...
So yeah, you can blend it in now.
That's how.
It's yours within a...
This is how. This is how. No me. This is how my husband likes soup, but I like it runny, a bit more watery.
This is on now. It's on.
Oh, you've...
You just put it down. Which one for all?
Okay, I will focus on this.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
You want a spoon?
on spices. Yes, you can add whatever you want.
Put ginger, because I put ginger, not ginger, garlic.
Garlic, yeah.
But they normally would have, like, they also have noodles in there.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. Can you add? So you can put it back in the pot.
Can have a go at that.
Oh, okay. All right.
You want to test?
It's boiling, so it's already boiling. Yeah, you can put it in now.
Yes,
Just
you
turn
test.
the temperature
You
down.
want to test mommy's?
Yeah, you can add it now. Yeah? Yeah?
I'll probably leave out the egg. Instead of egg, maybe I can just.
Turn the stove on.
1, 2. As you can see, our broadcast has been full of drama with electricity overloads, with ingredients coming left, right, and center. But the end result has been, would you believe it, a tasty soup. We wish that you could have been here to taste it, but unfortunately you are there. But the recipe can be yours. We can get the recipe to you if you just contact us here at Coventry Central. But we thank you for watching, and we trust that you will tune in tomorrow night as we look at another dimension of healthy living presented by Dr. Beatrice Castrati from the North England Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Thank you for watching. We wish you a good night. Take care. God bless.
Now you can put your corn flour. You'll add your corn flour, a bit of water.